All right, welcome to Life Editor Weekend! Woo! The crowd goes wild. Confetti, all of that stuff. Next year. Thank you so much for coming to my very first live retreat here in beautiful Lakeside Inn in Mount Dora. I'm so pleased that you guys came and had faith in me, took a chance, invested in yourself, and came out here so you can get some really big life editing breakthroughs and make plans for yourself, set some amazing goals, and really edit your life. Not just here during the weekend, but going forward for the whole rest of the year, for the whole next year. I'm so pleased that you're here. You're kind of my guinea pigs, a little bit in a nice way, you're my guinea pigs, because you're gonna help me improve the event. And make it better every year afterwards. So please speak up if something's not working for you, if something could be improved, or if there's something you really like that session was amazing. Please tell me. I need to know what's working for you. Everyone, you got your workbooks that were in your swag bags. Other things that were in your swag bags, there was a little notebook, bullet journal, with flamingos on it, and that was provided by Kim Duclos, who is from Design Side Studios, who started her business with me this year in my Life Editor Academy. So she is a surface pattern designer. So she creates surface patterns that you can then get printed on notebooks or clothes or canvases on your wall. So she started her business this year with me, and she provided bullet journals for you. Also in there is a bookmark which has photo tips on one side and inspirational quotes on the other. That was provided by Erica Spofford from Erica Spofford Photography, who also started her business with me this year. So she's also known as the photo doctor. She helps people take photos that represent their businesses so they can show their best selves online. Also, 2 digital things that you received. A self-care calendar by Kathy Colangelo, and she is also known as Coach Coco, the Clarity Coach, self-care coach. And so that self-care calendar, it's not for a specific month. You can start it any month, and each day there's a different self-care activity. Also known as white space here in the life editing world. So that was a digital file that I emailed to you guys. And then the other digital file was the Moon Ritual Workbook from Daisha Dyer from Spirituality, who also started her business with me this year. So she is a metaphysical coach, so she does tarot readings and spiritual guidance for her clients. So that Moon Ritual book is just a way for you to center yourself and realign with your goals and your passions and whatever you're working on every lunar cycle. It's pretty cool. So that's about as woo-woo as we get here. I'm not too woo-woo, I'm pretty type A, as you guys know. What else? There's a map in there. Am I missing anything else that was in there? The swag.
Sticky notes.
Oh, sticky notes, pens.
Those are adorable.
Yeah, because I'm obsessed with office supplies. But you can take notes in your workbook right along with us, or if you have your own notebook, or if you need to type. You need to use your phones. If you need to use one of those audio recording apps and just place your phone here and just listen to us later, that's totally cool with me too. So you will get the videos later, but like I said, it's not the full video. So make sure you're capturing what you need to. I don't want a whole bunch of emails later saying, hey, what were we talking about? I missed that. I'm so proud of you and happy that all of you guys are here, and I'm really surprised that all of us are working on our businesses. It's not just a business retreat. Actually, most of the retreat is not focused on business because I'm a life coach first. I'm not a career coach or a business coach. But to clarify, I work with women who are creatively driven by work. They're ambitious career women. So I don't work with college kids or retirees or stay-at-home moms who don't have some kind of a career. I like working with women who are excited to work. So we want to contribute, we want to put something out there, we want to help people. We have something to share with the world, and that's why we're here, that's why we're life editors. So my clicker just I'm really proud of this. Welcome to the retreat. One last housekeeping note. Does everyone know where the bathrooms are? No. Yeah, so if you stand in the door here, they're directly across the lobby in the lounge by the bar. Okay. Or if you turn right, directly in front of the front desk and then go down the stairs, there's some bathrooms there. So there's 2 right there. Just so you know. Any other concerns? Anything else? We've got the coffee and tea. They're going to be refreshing during the day too, and then we've got snacks coming later before lunch too. Is that weird? I like snacks in the morning and I like snacks in the afternoon.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Welcome. We are here to retreat. So retreat has a few different meanings. You guys are here at a retreat. You probably told your friends and family, I'm going to a retreat. I'm going to this event. It's a 4-day long party with Sage. So a retreat can be a noun.
We can't tell our families we're partying.
Right.
We're here. I classified it as a business conference.
You should. You should. You should send this to the business conference for your taxes. Because we are talking.
It's professional development. Come on.
Don't show them the pajama party picture. But yeah, we're here to have fun. We're here to take care of ourselves. So this is a retreat. It's a noun, but retreat is also a verb. And I want us to experience the verbiage of retreat this weekend. So retreat means to run away from, or step back from, or put some distance from. We are retreating from some of the things that drain us in our lives. Maybe that is our work, or our kids, or our husbands. Yeah, so we're taking a break from our chores, from our obligations, maybe from things that say like, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to function. This is how you're supposed to work. Maybe it's taking a break from working too much. I know that happens to me a lot. Sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, it's a slippery slope. You try to set business hours, but then they kind of creep into the evening and they creep into the weekend. So we're taking a step back from the usual ways of doing things so that we can analyze them, look at them objectively and say, is this really how I want to live my life? Is this really how I want my business to function? So this is your time, and I want you to get what you need out of this retreat. So if that's asking a lot of questions, go for it. If that's contradicting me the entire time, go for it. I have plenty of clients who like to push my buttons and come back at everything that I say. It's your personality. If you need to sleep in, do it. If you need to peace out during one of the sessions because you just need some alone time, go for it. This is your time to fill you up with what you need. Do you guys have any thoughts about what the word retreat means to you?
I like the idea of stepping back.
Stepping back.
Something I have trouble with. It's normally just go, 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 tick off the to-do list. There's no stepping back in my usual day-to-day life.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to add it in like the last couple weeks through like just even 5 minutes of taking a break to like journal and just center my thoughts when I can.
Yeah, it's hard to take a step back, especially when you care about what you're doing and care about what you're putting out there and you care about the people you're working with. I think retreat sometimes has this bad connotation, like when you put it in like a war situation, like you don't want to retreat, you want to like kick some ass, you want to get out there, you want to win. And if you're retreating, are you winning? I don't know, because there's other people who aren't retreating too, and you feel like, well, if I take time for me, there's someone else who's not taking time for her and she's getting ahead of me. Yeah, it can be kind of hard. So let's do some journaling. I really want you to think about retreat. So I'm going to turn on some music and let you guys write, and then everyone will share. Because I really want to start this retreat thinking about why we're here, and what we're here to learn and what we're here to get out of this. So the prompts that I want you to take a look at and write about are, when I hear the word retreat, I feel. What I most yearn for in a retreat right now is. What I fear happening during this retreat is. What I hope will happen during this retreat. And I'm here because. I'm really interested to hear your answer. So let me turn on some music and you guys can get journaling in your beautiful notebooks that you're actually going to use.
So now would be a good time to ask what bullet journaling is, right?
I wish I would have brought my notebook to show you. In my room.
I have.
Wait, would you like to explain?
You have yours?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like true bullet journaling. I don't know. I'll show
There
you
is
mine.
no such thing as true.
Well,
Yeah, that's the
okay,
nice
this
thing
is
about
mine.
it.
I actually started this with my teenage daughter, kind of over like a bonding thing, and it's gone pretty well. But you have an index, you have a key, and then kind of go into like I do like. So I did kind of, because I just started, I did like, instead of a year look ahead, I did a fourth quarter look ahead. And then like my 90-day goals, my September goals, my goal tracker, some I'm grateful page. And then kind of went into like my weekly stuff. And then like I have some random page, like I my wish list, like my not very important, but I want to do tasks. My vision, kind of aspiration things. Then I have like Christmas and birthday shopping and like tracking my Christmas shopping and some of my favorite things I often need, like gift ideas, and that's where I'm at.
It's a
Thanks.
I started putting it on Pinterest and I had to just stop.
Yeah.
Because I thought that
If
was.
you look at Pinterest or Instagram,
Instagram,
it's so addicting to see all the
YouTube,
different layouts people
YouTube.
do.
Boho Berry, it does
Oh, yeah.
really great YouTube videos about how to start your bullet journal, really basically. So basically it's a way that you can have your notebooks and your planner and your calendar and your to-do items all in one notebook, all in one journal.
That's kind of what I've done with mine, is just set up differently. It's got the tabs with the labels just because I'm crazy.
Yeah, it's really self-directed.
Yeah.
Customize it however you need it to work for you.
Exactly. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You don't have to draw in there. I don't draw in my bullet journals. I use washi
No.
tape and stickers.
Yeah,
But you don't have to do that. You can use color coding. You can use post-it notes, whatever. It's totally freeform. But a lot of people like using dot grids, which is what your little mini bullet journals are. Because it's nice for drawing like a chart if you're doing like a habit tracker. Or mapping out your weeks if you're making like a little calendar in there. But we'll probably talk about bullet journaling later too.
What was the website that you said?
Boho Berry. And if you look at her on YouTube, her videos are really great. And she's really cool about saying, oh, I messed this up, whatever, new page. It's the no pressure bullet journaling, which I like people starting off with, because if you do go to Pinterest, you're like, well, I'm not an illustrator, like, how am I supposed to do this? Or I don't have all these fancy pens, I just have like this one pen. Like, make it simple for yourself. That's the whole point of this, to keep everything together, make it simple for you. All right, so let me turn on some music and you all can write for these prompts and then we can talk about it. Does anyone want to share?
Okay, I'll start. I'm gonna get some use out of this retreat. Okay. So when I hear the word retreat, I feel calm, and I feel filled with hope of a rejuvenation. I think we all know as parents and business owners that we're kind of always on the verge of a nervous breakdown. And some of us more than others. And yeah, we really need to take that retreat. And I think it needs to be a daily thing in our lives. Even if it's, like I said, 5 minutes. or for me, it's my morning time. I now wake up an hour and a half earlier, you know, just so I can sit on my porch and drink coffee and do yoga by myself. You know,
That's perfect.
And it makes the world of difference in the rest of my day.
Yeah.
What I yearn for in this retreat right now, for me, honestly, ladies, it's girl time and connection. I mean, I have played in a man's world my whole life. I, aside from Amy, don't have any female friends. I don't have any connection. The hardest part with that is, for me, is finding like-minded ladies.
Yeah.
Which I was so excited, like, you mean a bunch of career women together? Like, really? So I was all over it.
Anyone else have trouble finding friends?
Yeah.
Me
It's
too.
just my family, basically.
Yeah.
Same boat.
And that's exhausting.
And they don't get it.
No, they don't get it. No, they don't get it. And it's exhausting. And so to find people who are passionate with their work, their businesses, and their families, and but most importantly, I yearn for that real, authentic, honest connection and communication, which I find I don't find in many women who aren't of like-minded. You know,
What's that?
I get it.
Is that a specific person?
I think I know that person.
Come on, be real. We all feed our kids, you know, they all let them eat out of the cereal box, okay? It's okay. Yeah, so, yeah. I didn't really have a fear. I don't have any fears. I mean, I really punch fears in the face. So, I mean, it's just not, it's not happening. What I hope that will happen during this retreat, again, another right off the top, you know, honesty thing here, is, you know, I'm transitioning from marketing, so I've always made everybody else look really awesome, you know?
That's what editors do.
And, well, right, and maybe I just need to kind of look at it more like that, because I have had, like I said, it's been 18 months, maybe 2 years, people have been like, hey, why aren't you coaching? Why aren't you doing this? You have not only the skill, but you have the ability and the intuition. We may get into some of that later.
Yeah.
But, so I want to gain the confidence to be able to pull myself out of that, I can make you look awesome, because I have to market myself now, and that's the hardest thing to do. So I've had my domain for that long too. And I'm a web developer, for crying out loud, and I can't pull it all together because I fear the talking about myself. It's really hard for me.
Yeah.
It's almost like I want somebody else to do. You just write it, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping, that's what I really want to edit, is to just get rid of that, you know, that, I want to change that perception, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, of where I'm at, and almost be able to just look at myself as one of my clients and story brand myself without fear.
Okay.
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing, yep. And, so anyhow, so I also hope that I can share my business experience with some of you other ladies, so maybe you can go home with some more passion and confidence too, so.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing.
Your turn.
I'm not going to force anyone to share,
that's fine,
but you
I'm
are here for a reason.
It's good to get it out. That way, it's accountability, which I totally need. Okay, so when I hear the word retreat, it's a chance for me to get away from the everyday hustle bustle. Because I've found that like you said, white space, I don't really have white
We
space.
don't have any margins in our lives.
Yes.
But I mean, part of that, and I kind of read ahead because I finished this early. I am so distracted.
She's not type A at all.
One bit. That's why it's not filled out at all. So, I just need to, yeah.
You
Anyways,
do
we'll
what you
get that
gotta
next
do.
section. What I yearn for is a chance to regroup, so I can figure out what I need to eliminate, edit out. Way too distracted. I don't have any fears either. I figure everything I'm going to get out of, and even if I just get one little thing out of this, it's going to be a fantastic experience. And I've already gotten like 10, so. What I hope will happen during this retreat is get a good game plan together. Well, one that I will actually follow through and that I'm totally motivated, because I'm good at planning things. I have horrible follow through. Like I can start it, but it just.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been following me for a while, so you know I'm really good at taking your big projects, your big ideas, and we break them down, break them down, break them down, break them down.
Yeah.
So that your next action step, ideally, only takes you 5 to 10 minutes to do. So when I write my to-do list, it's not like write or publish a blog post. No, that's like 10 different steps in there. So you break it all down. It sounds really anal, but we're life editors. So the more you can break things down, the easier it is because, and if you're distracted or pulled away with your kids or another meeting or something, you're not leaving things half finished. Everyone can finish, like you can finish the 5-minute chunk and then move on to the next 5-minute chunk. And it might be just as easy as sending one email or looking up one thing on Google.
And I'm here because I basically invited myself along. Because I posted something on Facebook that said, headed to Florida in this amount of days. And I'm like, that's my birthday month. You've got to take me with you. She said, okay, here's the deal. And, you know, it's just a bad thing. I need to be here. So,
Yes. So glad you're here. Welcome.
That's really cool. So one of the things that when I hear the word retreat, I say every time close Pandora's box, you know, like all those things flying out at you, like put it aside for a minute, and kind of the break and escape. And I think of a spiritual time. I yearn for time for myself and a break from my job. Renewed faith in myself and some clarity. So the only thing I fear is that I'm sitting here worrying about what's going on at home or my job, but I'm like not focusing on me because I tend to do that. And what I hope will happen, what I'm working on, I almost have to like keep a secret, I guess, from some of the people that I deal with day to day that I am friends with, because I'm gonna leave my job eventually, so I can't talk to those people that are there. So it's like I'm so happy to have like-minded people I can be candid with and talk about it, because I can't talk about it with the people I am friends with. And then just some good time to brainstorm and fill my cup. And I'm here, you know, I could only come today because my husband works a lot on the weekends, but I decided I was going to take a vacation day and really do it for me. And I was like, this
so
is
glad you did
important. So am I. I'm like, this is really important. I don't focus on me enough. And I feel like I don't get enough time to focus on building my business. So it was a good dedicated day to do that. So.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if it's something that happens to anybody else, but I get stuck in all or nothing thinking a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if I can't go for the whole thing, what's the point of going at all? So
Right.
it's really cool that you just came for one day. That's really like inspiring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a slow writer, so I only answered the first question.
That's okay.
When I hear the word retreat, I feel like it's something I really want in my life. But I'm not sure if it's something, it feels like it's not something that I'm allowed to have. And
That's a good one.
I don't think, it doesn't feel like there's no one externally saying, you can't have this. It feels like a self-imposed rule because of that internal voice of, you don't have time for that, you have this and this, and you're falling behind. And so what I most yearn for in a retreat right now is I want to learn how to counteract that negative voice in my head and somehow learn to defeat self-doubt. Because I think I do the same thing, like I do a lot of planning, like a lot of forward planning. And I've got like ideas for things that I can do to grow my business and do like a secondary supplemental business that's focused on one specific niche of bookkeeping, like for photographers. But it's not like a lack of follow through. I get derailed by self-doubt. Like I feel, what's the point of this? You're wasting your time, that sort of thing. So I'd like to find some way to counteract that.
You're definitely talking about that. No, it's really, really common.
Well, when I hear the word retreat, my first thought is something like this: camaraderie. I feel a lot of anticipation. I love, I don't do a lot of this sort of thing, but it's can I dream about it? Can I want this sort of thing? And then, I was very excited when I heard about this. So from the minute I heard about it, I thought, okay, no matter what, I'm going, and that was it. So I'm very excited, lots of anticipation. What I yearn for most, well, the same things, the connection, some inspiration. Wouldn't mind having an aha moment. Or two, or three even.
You will.
I am riddled with fears. I would rather not say what my specific fears are, but that is something that I'm constantly working on. I'm riddled.
Yeah.
What I hope will happen during this retreat is make connections with you ladies. I was really excited mostly about meeting new people, and I don't give myself that chance very often. So this is wonderful. This is wonderful. And I'm here because I need everything. I need everything that this retreat is offering, and
We all kind of need a tune-up,
Did-
a check-in every
yes,
so.
exactly, perfect, yes.
Yeah. It's kind of nice having a small group.
Yeah, it is.
I have to confess, I was happy when I heard that it
So
was.
was I.
I know, me too.
So I was too, because I was like, oh, like, you'll really get to spend some quality time together.
Yeah. Well, it did make me have to like redo my schedule because I knew we were going to be able to have much more one-on-one time. So there's lots more journaling and sharing during this retreat than we would have had if we had like 50 or 60 people. It would be a very different retreat.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really glad that like this first one is kind of small, so I can get my feet wet and get used to this. And then you guys, I think you get a little bit more value out of this because you can actually share and you can actually get answers from me for your specific questions. I'm not like on a stage and you can't touch me. I've been to those retreats before, and they always kind of leave me feeling like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about challenges, and I'm gonna let you write these down too because you guys wouldn't be here if you didn't face some challenges this year, if you didn't feel like there was something to edit. So I would like you to write about your 2016 challenges. I know there's still a good chunk of the year left, but so far this year, what challenges did you face this year? What didn't serve me and what I want less of? And this can be in any area of your life, and I really recommend that you go through multiple areas of your life, not just your business or not just your family. And I'm not going to leave you on a downer here, so before we share, let's talk about our successes too. I'm going to put on another song and I want you to write about your successes. What are you proud of? What was your most kick-ass moment? If you can pick like one moment from the year so far that was really, really good, like you were just shining in it, write that down. And what you want more of in every area of your life. I always feel like I should be like doing a romance to that song. That's the biggest loser theme song. I don't know if you noticed.
I actually wrote down, I was going to ask you what that song was because
Sounds familiar.
Yes.
It's Proud by Heather Small.
Heather Small.
All right, successes and challenges from 2016. And I know the year's not over yet, but I bet you can pick out times that were really, really difficult and then times that were really, really amazing. So who's got something to share?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of my challenges this year were with my kids. I have a 9-year-old special needs boy and a 14-year-old daughter. And they have both been very challenging this year. I have a boss that's pretty horrible. And
I would agree.
yeah. And in response to all that, I feel like we've gotten so sick this year. Like we met our deductible very quickly this year. My son was in ICU. I mean, we've gone through the rambles. Things that you want me to go through the things.
Yeah.
All of them? Okay, so things that didn't serve me. I took over as our president of our statewide Water Wastewater Association this year, and I was real excited for it and everything, and it's been kind of a letdown. And it's like, you know, I feel like I want to get back to my industry, and I really like my professional community, but I just feel like I did it more of an obligation, or I thought it would look good, and it doesn't feel as good as I thought it would. So the feeling like I have to do something, or obligations, you know, like I feel like I take that on, like, oh, I should do it, nobody else will do it, you know, I have the skill set to do it, I need to do it, and then afterwards I'm like, you know, I shouldn't have done that. My job has just been pretty rough. Things I want less of are things that pull me away from my husband and my family, obligations for the sake of obligation, corporate aggravation, anger, community, debt, and clutter. So successes, I'll be honest, I struggled here.
That's okay.
But taking steps towards my business and going off on my own was something I'm proud of. My husband and I hit 15 years this year of marriage, so that was something I was really happy about. And my kids, even though they struggled a lot, when I see some improvements, it's like, wow, you know. And also I redid this Duncan Fife table, and it was like a total mess. My husband brought it home, and I redid the whole thing. So now it's our kitchen table, and I was really excited about that. And the kick-ass one was very hard. I didn't feel like much of a badass this year. But I had to really fight for my son, and I have to fight for him a lot, and that's something that I feel good about. So more of exercise, time with my family, time for God, my faith, and happiness. So I like that.
Oh, just one side note, when you're writing down the things that you want more of, make sure they're the things that you really want more of, and not things that maybe other people think you should be doing.
Exactly. Well, it's so funny because I really like to work with my husband. I mean, that sounds really strange because a lot of people are like, "Do you guys really want to work with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like I enjoy working with my husband. Don't tell me like, you know, we've been doing it for years. Like, don't tell me, you know, just because your perception is it's not gonna work. So yeah, it's just funny.
Anyone else want to share?
I'll share. Most of my challenges this year were, I had a reoccurring episode of depression, and all of a sudden I started having anxiety attacks. So I have been trying to figure out, I'm not trying to navigate those waters. That's been the last year. That's what's been going on. And some, because I've tried to take care of, I've tried to take care of myself through all that. And while that's happened, I feel like I've become complacent in some areas. I'm kind of satisfied with the status quo. So not only are these, I'm going to just say emotional issues not serving me, but neither are my reactions or my, some of it's not new to me. You know, I should be making better decisions. But my full-time job is not serving me at all.
Okay.
I mean, t-shirts. You know, it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts, really. I say it all the time. It's amazing to me how important t-shirts are to people. And I like what I do. I just, I work for a small family business, and they rely on me for a lot. And I find it very stressful. I take work home all the time. And so that takes away from time for things I want to work on myself.
Yeah.
And so that leads me to what I want less of, and that is debt and my inner talk, my inner voice. I'd like to, less negative self-talk.
Yeah.
You know, like straighten that out a little bit. But I am proud of my work ethic, the work that I do. My kick-ass moment was when I finally decided I recognized that I needed to go to my doctor. And I didn't put it off quite as long as maybe I would have at some point.
Yeah.
And so I was proactive there. I was proud of myself. That was hard for me. So, and I'd like more confidence and I'd like to be happier. I want more music. Like listening to this, it's just, I used to listen to music all the time and I got away from that. I have a hard time focusing, really hard time focusing, and sometimes I find music does it, but
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know. I don't know, dealing with some of this other stuff, I found it just to be one more thing that might distract me. Like I'll spend hours making up a playlist
Oh, okay.
instead of doing, because it makes me
Yeah.
feel good, you know?
Yeah. Put it together.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, I don't know.
I would suggest, it used to be called Songza, but now it's called Google Play, or they bought Songza or whatever, where the playlists that they have, which is actually what I'm using, the playlists that they have are set to moods or situations. So there's like a playlist called Sitting in a Coffee Shop. So it's the music that you would think of when you're sitting in a coffee shop, or Hating on My Ex. So it's all like breakup songs like that. But then some of them are like super specific, like country wedding songs that you listen to if you're at a wedding. That was very southern and country-ish. I listened to Best Morning Ever. That's what I was playing this morning.
Oh, awesome.
So it's called Google Play. It used to be called Songza. And I just love it because sometimes I'm just like I need something to help me write. And I'm like, oh, songs for writing or songs for studying. Like,
Do you find that it's repetitive like Pandora? Because I've been listening to Pandora and I just feel like I'll find something, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. And then like 3 days later, I'm like, oh, this is old.
Yeah.
it's for certain playlists, like I can tell there's only like 30 or 40 songs in them, so I start hearing them again.
Okay.
But if you do like a playlist that is connected to modern music or music that like is popular now, it's updated like every week. There's something different. So if it's like I don't know, like Best Pop Morning or whatever,
Right.
like they're constantly putting the new songs in there too, so it doesn't feel repetitive. Some of the playlists have similar feels, but they're different songs. So that kind of helps me too. Like there's one that's like campfire folk. That's listen to folk music. And there's another one that's called Canuck folk, and another one that's like I don't know what it's like, autumn leaves or something. And it's all very like I don't know, songs you listen to, you go camping. So, but they're all different songs. So, I don't know, is that helpful?
Yes,
It really depends on the playlist.
One
But
of those on our last night, like, I feel like I need to get Spotify and just figure out, but then I don't even know really what songs I pick because I like a lot of everything.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy with Google Play because I was a huge fan of Songza for about 3 years until they were like bought by Google Play. But it's the same stuff. So I like that. Does anyone else want to share? Yeah. We are going to take a break real soon too. Just in case you guys are wondering.
So for challenges, we found out in I think in February or March that my husband's job is going to be shipped out of the country. So I think there's about 1,000 people that'll be impacted by this. Fortunately, he's a tool and die maker, so he will be the last ones. Like they will be the last to go because they have to tear down all the machines to pack them up and send them away. But with that, we've got a lot of debt that we are now. I mean, we're doing a good job of getting things tucked away. But that's another thing that's kind of gotten me on this. Okay, I need to do this now because I need to get going. That way I can get, we've got like 4 years probably until it's the end. But, and he's worked his butt off his whole life, and I don't want him to have to find another job that he's not happy with. I want fulfillment for him, but I also want fulfillment for me too. So they kind of go together. What hasn't served me? Let's see, I've got a long list here, and I'm going to steal one of your words: complacency.
Yeah.
When I went to nursing school, you had to let it all go and focus. Otherwise, you weren't gonna make it. Distractions, clutter. I've lived in my house for over 8 years now, and I've always moved after like every 6 or so. So I've always gone through and purged as I moved, and I just need to move again. Just so we can eliminate
We moved 6
stuff.
times in 4 years.
Yeah.
So then with
crazy.
clutter, it causes worry and self-doubt. And in self-doubt, actually discovered imposter syndrome. I totally have that.
Yes.
I need less of all of that. My distractions, the biggest distractions, Facebook and television. I'm a Netflix and Amazon junkie. Like, I need noise, which is another reason why the Google Play sounds fantastic. Because once I turn the TV on, it's over.
Yeah.
The whole day, it's done. Because I'm like, oh, just one more. Oh, just one more. Well, I'll just go switch the laundry over, and I'll come back and I'll finish this episode. And before I know it, it's 7 o'clock at night, and I don't have dinner started. So then we're eating out, which, yeah.
One good thing about Google Play, I don't know if you're like me because I'm an editor, it's hard for me to work when I'm listening to music that has words.
Yeah.
Google Play also has ambient music and white noise. So there's one that's called like, it's called like coffee shop sounds. So it just like sounds like the hum of people in a restaurant. That makes pretty cool.
I don't know about you guys, or with you, but my creative juices go way up. If I'm designing and I'm listening to wordless music, I mean, I am just,
Absolutely.
crazy.
Another app, Coffeetivity, which is the one that I do. It's coffee and productivity. Coffeetivity. I have that on my phone too, which I could put that on later for you guys while you're working. They have several different ones for like different kinds of like restaurant noises and coffee shop noises, which it sounds weird, but I mean, have you guys ever worked in a coffee shop and you just kind of feel like, I'm getting stuff done? There's that underlying sense of urgency.
Yeah.
That's there.
And just off to the side, I think you had mentioned with Lynn. I mean, all of this affects everything. It affects my real job because I don't feel as confident like with certain people. I don't feel like I'm as good of a nurse, even though I'm just as good, if not better. We had a wonderful talk last night. It was very enlightening.
We had sangria. That's
The little place, the one level or upstairs.
Oh, so you did go back.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
okay.
best sangria.
Okay then.
But yeah, just wonderful talk over wonderful drink.
That was an option for you to have sangria here for our dessert party. Like I don't drink, so I'm like
We rarely drink too, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we stopped at one little place that was playing like live music, and they didn't have the 2 drinks that are my 2 drinks because I'm so picky.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll try a little bit more, and we're like, oh, let's go over there. She saw sangria. So, anyways, okay. So for successes, this was also very hard for me just because of the self-doubt and all of the other issues I just mentioned.
Yeah.
But then as you were thinking, we was talking, I started thinking of things, and then my daughter's texting me, and I'm realizing that she likes me a whole lot more than what I thought she did. So that's if I'm texting her, we're having breakthrough moments. 17. Actually, not much longer. She'll be 18.
If you've got to be texting and staying in
So
contact,
that's-
this is your time.
I just wanted to let you know because I try and stay off of it. Just, anyways. So, I'm probably when I can really connect with my patients. I don't know. It just feels good to know that I like to feel needed, and when a patient appreciates that and shows me that, it just makes me very happy.
That's why you do what you do.
Yeah.